What's up, everyone? My name is Anthony, and for today's video, we are back on the Rose Talks channel. Now, for today's video, we are going to be talking about the time that I broke my hip. Now, I was literally like 13 years old when I broke my hip, and that's like a crazy statement. I mean, even if I was 25 and I just broke my hip, that's still a pretty crazy thing. But yeah, hope you guys are having a good day so far, and without further ado, let's get into the story. So basically, if you guys didn't know, I was a soccer player back in the day. I remember I was on like the B team at my club, and dude, I wanted to be on the A team so bad, but my mom didn't have like enough money to pay for it, and they didn't really like me, so I was like not gonna be the first person chosen to be on that team, obviously. But I really think I should have gotten picked. And so in one of the tournaments I was on for the B team, we were losing really badly. So I told the coach, put me as striker, I want to score, I want to try and come back. And I ended up scoring like 4 goals in 5 minutes before the game ended, and I think we lost like 4-5. Yeah, I was a demon, I really was, dude. And then of course, like the next year after that, I made the A team, and then I unfortunately never played soccer again. So making the A team is a big deal for me because all of my friends that I grew up with who were in like my gifted classes and stuff were on the A team, and I just felt super left out because like in my head I was like, I know I'm good enough, but maybe they just don't have like space for me. Maybe there's like not room for me on the team. Do I have to like take somebody else's spot? Like I didn't know how that worked. And obviously at that age there are politics in soccer clubs. Like some people, even if they're good enough, are just never going to get that opportunity because your parents don't have enough money, or there's just something going on, right? Obviously the people that pay the most money are gonna have the most say and stuff like that. And my mom couldn't pay for most of the stuff that was going on because she was a single mother and she couldn't afford everything. So I was actually on like some sort of like a scholarship with them. So yeah, anyways, I'm rambling. Eventually I make the A team, everything's great, and I'm getting bullied, man. I mean, these kids are talking while the coach is talking and they're blaming it on me. I think I yawned one time because I didn't get much sleep the night before because something was going on between my mom and I got yelled at. Like there was just a lot of weird stuff that was going on, and I essentially just shut up. Like I seriously was not talking at all. Like I told my mom, I was like, I really want to be good at soccer and I'm sick of getting made fun of. I'm sick of getting picked on, so I'm literally not going to talk, and there's going to be no way that anyone can blame me for anything. And so that's what I do. I put my head down. Everything's great. I'm getting really, like, I was actually like playing really well. I ended up starting after a certain point because I started like working my way up, and things were amazing. I actually thought I had a future in soccer at that point. And of course, you know, I was gaming and stuff back then, you know what I'm saying? Like I'd get home from practice or from a game or a tournament and I'd go for shots on like MW2 or whatever, and it was great. But I was really putting the work in with soccer. I was showing up to every practice. I was doing training drills at my house. Like I was really seriously putting the work in, and people were not a fan of that. I would get made fun of by some of the kids that I was trying too hard. I would get made fun of by some of the kids' parents, and it was disgusting, man. I really felt like ostracized by these people. Like I felt terrible. Now I don't even know if I use that word right, but hopefully you get what I'm saying. And yeah, so I'm working really hard. I'm trying to be happy with the fact that I was on the A team finally, but it was really hard to be happy because people just didn't appreciate me, and like that's okay. I mean, when have we seen that before with myself and like different industries and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? I get made fun of a lot of stuff gets said about me, and unfortunately back then I actually didn't speak up about a lot of stuff. I was very quiet. I kind of just took it. I was like, whatever, and things eventually passed. But the reality was, as soon as they passed, something else came up. And I'm not gonna name names, but there were definitely certain people on that team that didn't like me more than others, especially one of the kids who was like the star player. Like this guy, super talented player, but really cocky and kind of a douchebag. Not gonna lie, he was actually an asshole to me for like most of our lives. We used to play for like the YMCA soccer team when we were like 3 or 4 years old, and we would go up against each other, and he would always wear this headband. And if for some reason he's watching this, like, bro, I have nothing against you, but like, let's be real. You were kind of an asshole to me for no reason. So we went way back playing against each other in the YMCA league, and then we eventually get on the same club team, and then we get on the same middle school team as well because we live by each other. Now this was fun. There wasn't as much banter. Like we were having a good time because it was just middle school soccer. We knew we were going to win the championship. We knew everything was going to work out that way because we were like the best players in the state playing against the middle school players, so obviously we were going to win no matter what. So we're doing our thing. We're winning games. Everything's good. And then one practice, we did like a 1v1 drill, and the person and I end up beating everybody out, and it's just a 1v1 between us in the end. So what do you guys think happens? Because I promise you, what you're probably thinking is not as bad as what actually happened. So essentially it's me versus this guy. It's the final round. Whoever wins is going to be like the champion of the 1v1 tournament, and I end up doing a move that gets me past this person, and all I have to do is like dribble past like a certain cone, and I just win. So I get past them, I'm dribbling, and all of a sudden I am airborne. Okay, this guy slide tackled me literally swept me off my feet, and I am like parallel to the ground. Now, this has happened before. I wasn't really worried about it. You know, I was just gonna hit the ground. I was probably gonna lose, but you know, at least I gave it my best effort. This person was known for playing dirty, which is why he got so good, because he kind of just like did certain things that other parents on other teams didn't agree with, but it was whatever, because sometimes the refs would let it slide, and when they did, he actually got to like shine as a player back then. And so he plays dirty with me. I'm in the air, and when I land, there is something between the ground and I, and that was the soccer ball. I start falling. I don't recognize the soccer balls under me, and I land on it. Okay, I landed, and my body, right here's my hip, goes like this over the soccer ball. And I'm not joking, at the time, it was some of the worst pain I had ever felt. It felt so weird. It felt like my hip was out of place, and I felt like something was wrong. So, of course, I start crying because the pain is excruciating, and everybody's laughing at me. The dude ends up winning the tournament, and I'm just sitting there, and the coach is like, dang, like, what the heck is actually going on? Like, you're good. Like, get up. Everything's fine. So I'm limping. It's whatever. And I end up sitting out at practice. I'm like, you know what? Everything's good. I'm gonna be fine. But I take a couple days off, and I'm dribbling in my yard, and I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm okay. Like, everything's gonna be good. Like, I feel like I could play again. And I think it was that weekend or the weekend after that I actually had a 3v3 tournament. And if you don't know what 3v3 tournaments are, it's essentially just a 3v3 tournament of soccer, and it's on a smaller field with smaller goals. And there's like a box in front of the goal that you can't step in. Like, you can't go in the box to save the goal from being scored if the ball's in there. I think the other team might get the goal, or they get like a free shot from the halfway mark. I'm honestly not sure. Like, I can't remember that much about it because it's literally been like 13 years. And so at the 3v3 tournament, I think we were actually playing for second or third place, and we were going up against that person's team. I was having an off game. It was raining. It was really slippery. We were maybe down by like 1 or 2 points. And this was like my first 3v3 tournament with that coach. He had been my coach when I played for a team in Jacksonville. He was my coach when I was in Ponte Vedra. And then when I got on the A team, I got a different coach. He was like a British dude who thought he was like amazing at soccer because he played semi-pro, which is pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie, he was pretty good. Bro had an ego. Not to say it wasn't deserved, but he definitely had an ego, bro. He was very okay with making fun of kids, and that's not the greatest thing in the world. So anyways, we're down 1 or 2 points in the game, and I end up getting past the defender, so I have like this goal in front of me, and I am ready to shoot, man. I'm like, I'm gonna score this, and I'm gonna tie, or I'm gonna lessen the difference, and I end up running in a puddle. And now, if you know how soccer field grass works when it's wet, puddles are not great because the grass gets really slippery, and you are very likely to fall if you lose your balance. Well, I lost my balance. And not only that, but while I was losing my balance, my left leg ended up going forward a lot more than my right, and my growth plate popped out of place. Right when it happened, I knew something was really wrong. Like, I'm not joking. When I felt that pain, I knew I was never going to be able to play soccer again. And then what happens after that? I fell on the ground and landed right on the growth plate, popping it back into the hip and fracturing it. I thought I was dying. Like, it was actually so intense. And of course, the people on the other team are laughing. You know what I'm saying? It's the same people that caused the injury, and now they think it's like a joke, and everyone else is like confused and freaking out. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, it was so uncomfortable because like they had to like make sure my hip wasn't popped out of place, and I'm pretty sure they like pulled my pants down and saw my pecker. Like, I'm not joking, it was kind of a weird thing, and it happened in the hospital too. It was not fun. But yeah, man, I could not walk. I had to get like lifted off of the field on one of those like carts. When we went to the hospital, I'm pretty sure they did like an x-ray on me, and they said that there wasn't anything like super crazy other than fractures on my growth plate, and I think there was like 1 fracture on my hip. And they said that it was actually pretty common in people going through puberty and growing where their growth plate like slips off of the hip or something, then they end up fracturing both. But what most people didn't realize is that injury didn't start there. Like, I didn't just slip and my growth plate was like, I'm just gonna pop out of place. It started during that 1v1 tournament where the guy slide tackled me and I landed on the ball with my hip. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all are gonna call me dumb, bro, but I was on crutches for like a month or 2, and one of the days I was really hyped to go play soccer, so I ended up going outside and I'm doing like some juggling stuff, I'm doing some dribbling stuff, and I ended up kicking the ball on the road. Well, when I went to run after the ball, my hip did the exact same thing. It popped out of place. I fell over and landed on it again. I was in the middle of the road crying by myself when my mom was at work, and my grandfather at the time had no idea what was happening because he wasn't around me, so he couldn't go out there to help me. So I literally crawled myself off of the street into the grass, sat there for like 10 minutes, and limped my way back inside. And like, I was still showing up to the middle school games, but I was not showing up to practice. this because I really felt so embarrassed that this happened, like in front of the coach that was like making fun of me. And he told me I'd actually gotten a lot better and he let me start. And all of a sudden, like, I'm just like not able to do anything. Like, I felt like I was letting him down. And so I was scared. And after a certain point, he ends up calling my mom. And my mom's like, yeah, he's going to be back. And I'm going to be honest, everybody knew I was not coming back. I was genuinely so scared to let people down. I knew I wasn't going to be the same. I was literally scared to even run. I mean, in high school, I had a lot of people from that team telling me like, hey, like, you should try out for the team. Like, you're going to make it. You can win a championship with us. And I literally was just too scared. And that right there was the end of my soccer journey. I think I talked about this in a different video, but I said like I played like indoor soccer with my friends that I had made in college, and it was cool. Of course, though, I ended up getting injured again from that. Dude, I just got a really bad track record with getting injured. And this time, the guy literally pushed me against the wall at full force, and I bruised like the entire muscle right here. So that was really awesome. But anyways, that's the story of how I broke my hip. It absolutely sucked. I know someone's going to be in the comments like, well, you actually didn't break your hip, dude. It's technically not a break. Like, whatever, dude. Okay, you got it, man. Thanks for watching. I got a crazy Black Ops 1 trick shot to show y'all. And yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed this. But Anthony, have a good one. See, when they're up close, I go for the 1440. But when they're oh my gosh. Oh my
51.
gosh. Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Wait, did you hit something?
I kind of hit something twisted, bro. Oh my gosh.
Oh, what?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she shit on him.
Oh my gosh. I'm
That was
doing it
tough.
phase.